Replacing clutch cover on Echo CS501P chainsaw and general cutting tips. William Hovey Smith, 2022. Now here is the general information on the order, and be careful because there is a more common part that doesn't fit this chainsaw. When you look at the underside, all of the metallic parts are there. So you do not have to disassemble this, or you have it provided. The only thing not provided with a replacement cover plate are actually the attachment nuts. Now these have spring-loaded keepers on them, which I have never liked. So I'm not going to put them back on there. The tricky part of this is always getting this stud in this hole on the bar. Okay, it needs to come a little bit in that direction. Maybe about that much. Okay, got it in there. Tighten things up a little bit. For our keeper nuts. One. Don't want to tighten them too tight because you're still going to have to adjust. And you should feel tension as you rotate this, and I actually see the bar move a little bit. All right, we got it in the right place. And I'll just tighten a little bit more. Don't want to tighten it too tight. Okay, is moving, so okay. And there we are. We're ready to go. To see how the repair worked, I went ahead and cut some deadfall away from my sister's road. Something not really necessary, but just a brotherly thing to do. So we're going to dispose of this on the way to our work area. We had another auxiliary bit of cutting to do before we got to the main event. This tree had fallen and was protruding out on the road, as you can see. So I've cut it up, and so now we can toss it off. But we're going to get there. Promise. We have a change in plan. This live oak tree has fallen across the road to my main food plot. And since I want to get trucks up here, yeah, I pretty well got to work this one out. And that is probably going to be it for me for the day. The temperatures are in the high 80s right now, would you believe? And so this is going to be a bit of work here. You can see where I've started cutting up some of the trunk, cutting some of these larger branches away. And finally I've run out of fuel, so I'm going to refuel and proceed and work up on the tops as well and get these all cut and hauled away. With Hurricane Ian, chainsaws are operating all over the southeast now, including by people who might have never used them before. And if so, clear your footing as you go. Don't get in the middle of that top and start cutting, or you'll get your feet tangled in all this junk and fall and maybe cut yourself with a running saw, or even worse yet, the kid that's trying to help you. I've taken advantage of these parts of limbs that are temporarily suspended because they're resting on other branches, and that's just like cutting on a sawhorse. That's the easiest cutting you can get. So if you've got them up like this, yeah, go ahead and cut them. Well, it's obviously haul away time again. There's no way I'm going to get in the midst of all that and try to start cutting. We've made good progress. We've cut the main trunk several times. We still have a fair piece that's uncut yet, but I think we'll have to be able to roll that one over. But we've got it small enough that we can do it now. So once we get this in the immediate foreground hauled, then we can continue. Well, the end is in sight. We have our tree down and we have it all cut up. And so we pile it to one side and the road is clear. Well, that's about it for me today, guys. I've got the tops in 4 different piles around this field now. So that's sort of out of the way. And I can get my truck into my food plot, so that was the main thing today. And we still have that tree on my trail to get out and the associated things that fell with it, which is probably going to be another couple of days work, because that is a big tree. This was not a big tree. So, we'll see you soon. Christmas is coming. Buy a book. Amazon will even ship your gifts. I have a series of outdoor books, some of which are shown here, as well as business books. My most recent book is Make Your Own Job, Anytime, Anywhere, at any age, and is meant for anyone from teenagers to senior citizens. My new novel is Until Death Do You Part, An American Family Meets Their Sicilian Cousins. In this book, an American family of Sicilian origin makes a trip to their home island, and they find when they arrive on Monday that their 2 sons are to be married to 2 women they'd never heard of on Friday, or none will leave the island alive. If you don't have anyone to send a book to, buy one for your school or library in memory of someone you love. Happy holidays. Hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Goodbye and God bless.